Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell Podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. Pleased to be joined by Jake Finch. How's it going, man?
Doing all right. Thank you for having me.
So you got some interesting races coming up. Talk about what your plans are for the next few weeks.
Yeah, we got a lot of super late model races, out west. Got some plans there, and got some other exciting news going on. That'll be announced, later. And excited to race a little bit more of the we got the snowball, the All American 400, and stuff like that. And excited to do a lot of racing this year.
We just came off a snowball, and you're already talking about the next one.
I'm ready for the next one.
Yeah, it's kind of like the dirt racing equivalent to the Chili Bowl. So everyone got done with it. It's like everyone wants to. Do you want to do Chili Bowl one day?
I was actually thinking about it. I would like to, I would like to have the opportunity to do it. I think it'd be very fun.
Yeah. So let's I know you're going to do Speed Fest at Cordele.
Yeah.
What's that going to be like? Because I was just looking at the entry list the other day, and it was there's some pretty big names on that list.
Yeah, I hope I'm one of the big names that's on the list, So I don't really care too much about who's there. Just hope I'm the one that people are looking at that's there, and see if we can make something out of it.
So go into all of the I'm gonna go into all the plans that you have. I know you're also doing World Series of Asphalt as well, which is basically a week full of racing down in New Smyrna, which is awesome.
Awesome, yeah.
Yeah, it's great content of racing on Flow Racing, which you can pay. Which is
it is on Flow this year. Yeah, it's a cool deal
for sure, and it's all worth the money too. So
yeah, it was pretty good. Yeah.
So thank you. We just plugged Flow Racing. So going into the World Series of Asphalt, I know you've done it several times, but what's it going to be like to go there and do it again?
Last year was my first year doing it, and didn't go too well, but I learned a lot, and I think that really helped me as the year went on. And so I've only raced for about 2 years now in really anything. And so I feel like I've came a long way since I've, started. And I don't think a lot of people know that, that I've kind of just started racing really. And so then I have very higher expectations for this year's Speed Weeks than I did last year. And I really think that got something to prove for sure.
So I know you just started racing, but I know your family, of course, your dad is James Finch. But going into all that, just really go through like what's the biggest thing that you learned just specifically last year, not your entire 2 years of racing.
This stuff's hard. Yeah, this stuff is pretty hard. It's not for everybody, and a lot more goes into it. That's what's seen with the eye. You know what I mean? And so I think I'm gaining a bigger respect for that aspect of it.
So let's go into like what other races you plan on doing. What are some iconic races that you really want to run? I mean, there's Winchester, there's Rattlesnake coming up in a few months. So there's some other big races down the road. What are you thinking about?
Snowball Derby. That's the only one that I'd like to win them all, but if I could take the Snowball Derby or 15 super wins, I'd rather have the Snowball. Honestly,
everybody wants a snowball.
Yeah, so I don't really care too much about any of the other ones. All American 400 would be awesome. My dad has 4 guitars now, and so that would be awesome to be able to have one for myself. I've always seen them walking around the house and everything, but to have one with my name on it would be pretty nice.
Okay, so just for understanding, you want to win as much as you can.
Yes, 100%.
Okay, I just want to say it because it's like people are like, oh, you don't care about the other races and all that.
No, I do, but I'm from Panama City, Florida, and so we're about 2 hours away from Pensacola, and so ever since I was little, I went to snowball, and my dad has about 9 of the trophies and stuff. So I've always been like, hey, I want one of those myself, and that's the only one that really, really I want. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know you'd take any trophy, but that's the one.
Sure. Really want. Yeah, if I could pick, that's what it would be.
Yeah. So let's talk about like what is what's the next race you have? That would be Cordial, right?
Yes, Cordial, yeah.
So I know that, going down there to Speed Fest is, every race has its like iconic like race weekend and all that. But overall, how exciting is that for you?
I mean, I feel like every race I'm pretty excited for, racing's racing and I love doing it no matter where it's at. So feel like I try not to change the atmosphere too much if I can, try to keep it calm, cool and relaxed no matter where it's at. So just another race, man.
See, and I literally just noticed this. That a Georgia national championship shirt you're wearing there?
Oh yeah, for sure.
So you're from Florida. How are you a Georgia fan?
So my mom's whole family is from Georgia, and so I lived in Atlanta and East Cobb for about 2 years when I was little, and so I've always been a Georgia fan, Braves fan, and all that. And then, see, I would always play baseball growing up, and I just started getting into racing really, and so I played it for the East Cobb Astros and East Cobb and stuff like that. And so that's kind of where my heart is, besides Florida.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, it's been a pretty good few months for you on the other
Yeah, I
side.
just like to carry that on with me.
The Braves winning the World Series and then Georgia winning, and
It's
God
all
knows the Falcons probably won't ever win anything. But
yeah,
sorry.
I'm not too worried about the NFL, so you know,
So, how many races do you plan on doing this year?
that's a great question. I don't really have a number, but if I would to say, I mean, I would at least say 30. At least I would say at least 30,
Okay.
maybe more than that. Try to. I feel like this year is going to be like a really cool year. Of trying different things and doing a lot of different forms of racing and stuff like that. So see how it goes.
Yeah. So, for people that don't know, you're 16, right?
16, yeah. I'm the youngest in the field by 6 months or 4 months, something like that. So yeah,
So, did you get your driver's license and all that?
yeah, of course.
How's that experience been?
It's pretty easy. Yeah. I would say I'm okay at driving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say I'm okay driving, and then you run into several people and like, oh, that's how people drive now.
Yeah, for sure. I feel you on that one in multiple forms.
Oh yeah. So I know that, I know how important, I'm pretty sure what the history of your family is and all that. How much do you remember about all that stuff?
Uh, Not really too much. I know quite a little bit. I think kind of like sporadic like moments. But I wasn't really around much when I was little because my dad was always gone racing, and he didn't really want me around it because he didn't want to have to be in the same scenario we're in right now of racing again. You know what I mean? Wanted to get out of it because it cost a lot of money and stuff like that. So he tried his best to stay out of it, and then here we are. So not too
Now
much.
he's back into it.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
so I know this, and of course they kind of updated the story when Brock Beer did his Rise of the Field Fillers thing with your dad. What was that? Did you get a chance to ever watch that?
I actually did. Me and my dad watched it. He forgot totally about it, and then I pulled it up and we watched a little bit of it.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Of course,
Yeah,
Brock Beard did all
pretty
that
cool.
stuff.
Pretty cool to watch and have somebody still remember and give them a little bit of testimony, I guess. So it was pretty cool to watch.
Yeah. Um. So there's a lot of people working on the cars and stuff. What else do you plan on doing? What else do you want to accomplish this year besides what? What else do you want to do?
What do you mean? Because like I feel like I don't know. I mean, the main thing I want to do is win. But I don't know. Besides that, I kind of want to just um, grow as a race car driver and learn as much as I can to really help me progress. And I just want to show progression and show development. I feel like that's the main thing.
Do you think you're ready for stock cars?
What do you mean, like ARCA?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I am. I feel like this is I don't know. I feel like my favorite sayings. My favorite saying is there's only one. There's only one way to find out. So there's only one way to find out, and I'll let you know when that time comes if I'm ready.
All right. Well, Jake Finch, thank you so much for coming on, and maybe we'll have you on in a few weeks to maybe announce all those things that you were talking about.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Yep. Let you know, man.